with the turn kick. Now, we talked about this before. We want to make sure that we have, of course, a regular good fighting stance. And a good fighting stance, our feet, of course, are not in line. So what we have to do is we have to get around this lead leg. Now, if you look down below, you'll see there's a line from my heel straight to you, which is the target. So my goal is to have that heel go as straight towards the target as possible. So what I want to do is I want to take the lead leg and just step over enough to where that heel is no longer obstructed. It's now a straight line to target. Now that's one. Two is we spin and spot the target, looking over that right shoulder. Now from here, when I throw the kick, I want to make sure that my knee does not come up like a side kick. Big difference between a turn kick and a side kick. The reason is if I bring the knee out, I lose a lot of power and momentum. Plus, if my opponent happens to attack me as I turn, my foot's going to go right around him. He's going to be right on my back. So my goal is to take this kick and go straight to the target. It's no different than if you were doing what they call a traditional back kick. It folds knee, straight back, straight in, turn, spot the target. So again, as we reference back to this line, I step over, turn, spot, keep the knee pointed to the ground, fold at a 90, straight to the target, recoil, and back. And if you notice when I threw the kick, as it came back, straight back. And I didn't turn until I recoiled the kick. So when I throw the turn kick, it goes out, back, then turn. Common mistake is to throw the kick and turn as you land. That just leaves the foot up longer, makes it easier for your opponent to grab. So, again, quick reference. Here we go. Step, spin, spot, kick, turn, face the target. Recommend you do this in front of a mirror to begin with. And again, the things you want to look for is making sure that when you step, you don't step so far that the momentum of the kick's going that way. I want the momentum going towards the target. And then in time, I want to take out the pause. I want to make it to where it's just a step, and as soon as I start to turn, bang, there's. All right, let's move it now to the heavy bag. Now it's the same thing. Again, we always want to take a heavy bag with a swinging heavy bag or a stationary bag and cut it in half and create that center line. So we cut the bag in half, always making sure that that line would go right between our feet. So as we stand in front of the bag, we want to have that imaginary line that we take the foot, step over, turn, spot, making it again look over that shoulder, spin, spot, kick, pull the foot straight back, and then land facing towards the target. So again, as I said earlier, we then try to speed that up. We try to take out the pause. It's a very powerful kick, and the power has come from the momentum of the turn as we throw the kick. So we want to make sure, again, rotating, spin, spot, kick. Again, always landing in balance as we execute. Then we want to work on putting the combination. Now if I'm working in front of the mirror, jab, cross, foot steps, try to make it one smooth transition. They don't see the step, they see the hook. As you rotate, boom, fire the kick. And I like to land with the jab cross just to make sure that my feet are right. Now in the heavy bag, especially on a stationary heavy bag, I'm not going to have the room to progress forward. So the way I like to work on the heavy bag, 1, 2, 3. This time though I step back, clearing jab, and this time instead of moving the foot on the hook punch, I move the foot as I clear. Like we talked about disengaging, foot steps over, re-engaging, still finishing with the 1, 2. So again, on the heavy bag, it's going to be more 1, 2, 3, jab out, kick, 1, 2, back outside. All right, that's the turn kick. In time, once you get that down, we're going to turn it into a jump turn kick. Because really, the turn kick is the only kick that gets better when you jump. All right, let's move on.